Hunter, thanks for inviting us to your studio today for Advancing Your Photography.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Okay, tell me about your approach to photography and the type of work you love to do.
Well, my approach to photography, for me, it seems to be pretty basic, I think. I like creating memorable images, images that have some compelling quality to them, and that's pretty much where I start. I mean, the basics of why I got into it are all about all the wonderful things that people can see in the world, and I still like seeing those things, whether it's a person or a place or whatever, and my approach is to just kind of keep my eyes open most of the time.
Is there any kind of like formula to getting that compelling image?
Not for me. I think it really varies. I mean, I'm so eclectic in my tastes that I find fun things and interesting things and beautiful things all over the place, inside, outside, you know, nature, people, things, the smallest things, big things. You know, it really varies all over the place.
Tell me about some of your recent collections.
I have a few projects that I've worked on, and I try to always work on more. In the past, there's one that I would like to do many more on. The trouble is getting down to LA where the suit is, but I have an astronaut series that has been a lot of fun, and that started pretty much by accident because I had to rent an astronaut suit. But those images were a lot of fun, just thinking of things to do with it. More recently, I started doing a series of diptychs, just photographs that related to each other in some way, and those have been a lot of fun to work on. Just all the diptychs don't relate necessarily to each other, except that in the sense that they hopefully have a sense of humor that people can relate to.
Okay, so when it comes to approaching photography, what are some of the key elements that you use every time you pick up a camera or even before you pick up a camera?
Well, definitely when I'm about to use a camera, make sure that there's, you know, the batteries are charged, the lens is clean. I mean, it's second nature. Many of these things are just automatic to me, but cleaning the lens, making sure that the sensor's clean, that, you know, the card's formatted, I'm ready to go, that I'm not going to run out of, you know, storage space on my card or run out of juice on my battery. If I'm running off to go somewhere, I want to make sure that I have enough, you know, capability to do it.
Okay, Hunter, as far as composition, what would be some good tips to improve composition?
I start with, for myself, I start with the KISS principle, which is keep it simple, stupid. Oftentimes I'll add things into a picture or end up cluttering them up, but I always try to remember, you know, are these things needed? And even if it's pictures I'm just taking on the street or whatever, try to remember that so that I have an image that's simple enough that's in terms of graphic quality that it works. Which is, you know, not to say that, you know, something that can be really complicated like a pile of wires or, you know, a scrap metal yard that has a pile of rebar isn't interesting, but then it becomes more of a texture, but basically simple. I mean, I have to look at things in my pictures and go, is this adding to it or just distracting? And that's really what I try to do.
Do you actually, on a shoot, do you end up just pulling things out of the shot to simplify it?
Yeah, and sometimes, yes, exactly. Sometimes I'll pull them out just to see what, even if I think it's right, I'll pull it out just to go, oh, well, no, it is better with it in. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, you know, just changing it around completely, if it's somehow not working, that to me means I have to change something. So I'll look at it again and maybe just randomly change something just to see how that affects it.
Hunter, any final advice for viewers who just want to get better photographs?
To me, learn how to use everything and then just let yourself be a little free about how or what you produce. And you'll be fine. And basically be fearless. It's like cooking. I think the key to cooking is the same way. You're fearless. Just try it. I mean, what do you have to worry about? You got like electrons to deal with. You got plenty of electrons. Nobody's running out of electrons these days. And,
yeah.
You know, don't like that one? Reformat the card. Start again. You know, and yeah, just be fearless about it, I think.
Hunter, thanks for inviting us and for giving us an inside look into your world of photography.
My pleasure. Good to have you here, and hope to see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe to our blog now to stay updated on my show, and we'll give you tips and insight to keep advancing your photography. Also, check out our guests' website for a closer look at their work. Tune in to our next episode of Advancing Your Photography for an inside look at another photographer's world. Until then, this is Marc Silber reminding you to get out and capture your own images of life.